Afternoon, Bob from Trade Genius here. It's the 4th of January, and I'm going to blast through some charts here, and then I'll make some market commentary as appropriate. So, watching natural gas here, what an incredible sell off. Don't know what happened here. We got out at 950, so we're pretty happy, and just looking for a place to enter, but it's there's some pretty incredible pressure on natural gas right now. It is embedded at zero. So I'm just going to kind of wait it out, see if it falls anymore. There's definitely some gaps to fill in the sevens. Maybe it's going to get down there and we'll take another shot at it. And it'll probably be our last shot long for the for the winter. And then we'll see what we will do in terms of playing it from the short side going into the spring. The VIX, just amazing. Just since the beginning of the year, look at it, they just crashed this thing down. I mean, 20 some percent. Just part of our fake market. They're using this in the yen to force buying from these algos that are set up. When they see the VIX falling, they could take more risk, and it causes buy programs in ES and SPY and such and such. So this is how they ignite the market, and at some point it's gonna break. Looks like we're gonna get a buy signal on VIX again tomorrow. See if it's gonna roll back up. But if it is, that'll be our first a higher low that we've had in a while, and we'll see. I'm long the VIX, and I've been hedging against it, but it's still a pretty big move. So I'm expecting big things out of VIX in January. Low VIX in December, high VIX in January has been the theme for the last 10 years. So I'm going to stay with the trade. Biotech, just basically short squeeze rampathon. It's been weak, and they just lifted it today. I still got my calendar on, and I rolled it out one more week, and so I took profit on the short side, and now I'm week 2 in January, calendar 58. So we'll see. Looks like we hit a top here again. We'll see if it embeds or it rolls back over, and then we'll play it from there. GDX, it's nice seeing here. It's starting to get a bid again. I've been fighting it, and looks like it's going to break out. I don't own GDX. I'm just watching it right now, but I own others, and I'll talk about those when they show up. The yen, I'm long the yen. I got stopped out of it when it gapped down, but pretty close to my original buy price, so it wasn't too painful, and I bought back in. I'm slightly profitable on it right now, but it looks like it's trying to get a bid here and break higher, sitting on VWAP. VWAP's flattening. Maybe it's going to move down one more time before it moves up. We'll see, but it's been pretty oversold. IWM, another thing, they just short squeezed it pretty hard today. Again, though, we hit the bell overbought. We'll see if it holds. Still, broke its lower highs, so we'll see what happens with that. But I'm expecting the Russell 2000 to sell off this winter. JJG, I'm long JJG. Our buy price is 28, but moving our stop up again. So it's going to be a profitable trade for us for sure. Nice move in the ags today. We'll see if we can break out of this range it's been stuck in forever. And I own the long term, and I'm obviously trading it. So, but it needs to get back over $31, $32 to really get rolling here. But it looks like the grains are starting to get a bid. Coffee, we're long coffee. Finally, some vindication. We've had a number of losing trades on this thing in a row, but it bottomed out here at the end of the year, and it's just been pretty constructive. We're going to move our stop up to it's going to be a profitable trade for us. Hopefully, we won't get stopped out of it too quickly and have this thing keep rolling higher. MOS, we just closed MOS, took a trade on it. The other thing about MOS that whenever it hits 100 on my momentum, it may go for another day or a couple hours, but then usually get this big gap down on it. So I went in and took profit. We bought it at 29.80, sold it at 30.51. Some guys stayed a little bit longer, but I think it's a good profit. This thing's just been paying us. It's been an ATM machine for us, and I'll wait for it to sell off again and buy it back. AG, we're long AG. I think once it get profitable here, and then what we'll do is once it gets over 850 here, I think the cup and handle is completed, and then I think we're going to go to 1050. GDXJ, same. I think it's ready. Mine is ready to go. GLD, it's been holding firm here and looks like it's trying to keep fighting its way higher. I stayed away from gold this time. I'm playing it from the miners. It's we're getting more bang for my capital on it. So next time it sells down, we get a buy signal. It's still making these constructive higher lows. Then I may take a shot with IAU, but the miners are paying us better. TWM, we got stopped out of it. Again, we got stopped out on this gap down, bought it back, and got stopped out again. So I'm just gonna kind of wait and see what's gonna happen here with the Russell. But I'll probably take another shot at it again pretty soon. REK, looking for a bottom, and looks like it's getting close. This is for those that want to get in. This is a long-term trade. We're really playing for a real estate. I won't call it collapse, but some pretty hard issues. And I think real estate's in trouble. I posted something out on Twitter yesterday. It's just that the real estate market, a lot of space is now opening up. These guys have to service this debt. Interest rates are going up, so I just think it's going to be a squeeze. People can't afford the rents, and they aren't going to be able to afford the mortgages. For the bondholders are going to get. I think we're going to see some dislocation next year in real estate. SLW, we're long SLW. We're profitable, and looking forward to break that recent high we had right before the New Year's. SPY, about ready to buy some credit spreads on the call side. We had a put spread on. That thing's just going to be about worthless tomorrow, and I'll probably close it. And then looking to take a credit spread on the call side here as soon as my signal hits it. But it looks likely for tomorrow. UVXY, I think this is washed out too, and it's been a great run. Probably opportunity here to go ahead and close out if you had UVXY puts. Love for this thing to ramp up, get back in it short again. Same with VXX, wheat, grinding higher. We need to start turning this thing around, but it's been a nice couple of weeks on wheat. XIV, first little red. You've seen that thing for a while. Again, this thing needs to reset and give us an opportunity to go ahead and buy back in later. Financials didn't really play today, and I think it's tapped out. It's all yen related. Looking for the banks to get more free money from the Fed. We'll see if they raise rates again in January. If they do, then things are going to really start getting interesting. Oil, a little short squeeze in oil today. Right back to VWAP. Like I said, I think oil is going down, not up, and there's a lot of it out there in storage. They're pumping like crazy, and people aren't driving as much. I think it's going to be a classic sell-off coming. Mid 40s is where guys are going to break even holding offshore storage and tankers. We talked Biotech. The dollar sold down to VWAP. We'll see now if it's going to break down. It's getting to the point now it's really causing some issues. And on the On the drip side, I'm not in it, but been following it. I think XLE is having some issues, so uh, I think drip's gonna pop up here. It's been pretty neutral. They've been selling it down when it gets out, but I think drip's gonna be a profitable trade for those who are still in it. Real estate, it looks like it's reaching the top end of its trading range here on IRYR, and I talked about real estate already. Nugget, I only talk about Nugget through dust is that I would not want to be holding dust right now. I'd probably buy puts. You'd be paid well. CRK, we're that thing really rocketed. Reasons unknown to me, maybe because of the oil price, but it's just chopping around. I'm not really interested in it right now. Now that natural gas is coming down, and I think oil is going to fall too. DBA, this is the strength of sugar and coffee right here. So hopefully we'll just keep going. We talked gold, SDS. I think those wanting the short SPY probably in the next couple of days. This thing will be ready to go, maybe even tomorrow. Same with SH. SLJ, we're long SLJ. It's nice and profitable. It looks like it's trying to break out over some of the moving averages, and it's embedding. It looks like a little cup and handle on this thing too. So 11 to 13 to 15 is a good target for SILJ. Sugar, I think it probably needs a bit of a breather. But what a move that I totally missed. After talking about it for a month, I didn't make the trade. And SLV, I'm not trading SLV this time, but it's breaking up over VWAP, maybe a little consolidation. That I think it's just going to keep grinding higher. XLK, I added some of the ETFs in here to get a better picture of the sectors. It's pretty neutral right now, the technology, and looks like it's getting overbought at VWAP, so I'm looking for technology ETF to roll over. Discretionary hit VWAP and rolling over. I just can't see how discretionary stays green. Our signal's telling us to sell it. Probably be a great credit spread on it next day or two, but nobody has any money, so we'll see what that's all about. Talk real estate. CHK was putting in a bear flag earlier today. It's kind of like consolidating, but nothing exciting here. Corn, nice grind higher, putting in a little bit of an inverted head and shoulders, get back over 1930. I think we're over $20 on this. Dust we talked about. EEM, it's over VWAP. A little bit of a sell signal here, maybe consolidates down and it shoots higher, but I think this is all depending on what the dollar's doing. ERX we talked about. Dust we talked about. XLE we talked about. And then I put in the Russell top 50 just to kind of look at it. It's pretty neutral too. It's getting overbought, sitting right at VWAP. Looks like it's an opportunity to sell credit spreads against it or for it to roll over. Back to UNG. So I'm not sure what's going to happen tomorrow. It looks like things are just really getting to the edge here. Maybe they keep squeezing it higher a couple points every day. But we're pretty much, I think, at the end here. They're just running out of things to steal to use to create liquidity. So I'm expecting a sell-off at any moment now, and a decent-sized one at that. Anyway, Bob, I'm Trade Genius. I'll catch you guys all later. Hope you have a great night. Bye-bye.